Center High School gym for Northwest Suburban Conference Volleyball, an all-district 279 matchup tonight. The Osseo Orioles paying a visit here to Park Center. Hi, I'm Jay Wilcox along with Andy Gugasberg. And Andy, Osseo has kind of owned this rivalry, no doubt about it. Park Center, though, seeing their JV pull out a close one, they might be spurred on by that a little bit and try to make a really good match out of this.
Absolutely true. We talked with Coach Burian before the match started, and she said they never look past a rival, and that's what we have here in an inter-district rival. Like you said, the JV match, Park Center pulled off the upset. I guarantee you those varsity kids want the exact same thing in their home gym here tonight.
Park Center, a couple of wins so far this year, both coming in the tournament. Osseo 6-3, coming off a second place finish in the Farmington tournament over the weekend. And their coach Burian did say, we're starting to feel everybody coming together now. They had obviously a new player into their lineup when September started with Ellie Hinsey, and she's a really good one.
Absolutely. She definitely carries the lion's share of the swings on the outside for the team. But the fact that she mentioned their chemistry starting to come together, really going to be important here as they flip halfway through September. Now you start trying to figure out how to win. You're building pieces in August and early September. Now you've got to put that winning lineup out on the court so you're ready to go by the time sections get here.
Park Center coach Andrea Amory said her team has done the basics pretty well, served pretty well, handled serve pretty well, and I think if they can do that, they at least can hang around in this one.
Absolutely. You look at this matchup on paper and it doesn't look good for the Pirates. However, if you serve well and you pass well, you limit your errors, you're going to make everybody uncomfortable, which is exactly what their game plan has to be tonight.
Let's look at key players to watch in tonight's game, and for Osseo, a player who's been around their program for an awful long time. One of the better defensive players in the conference for sure, Taylor Kwan.
Taylor Kwan will do it all. Before Hinsey was eligible, she was hitting outside for the Orioles. She's been an anchor for this defense for years. Look for her to just lead the team defensively. When they're in serve receive, she's going to be the quarterback of this thing, talking about who's got what team, and look for her to steal balls if things start getting tight, letting her hitters get on routes earlier and letting her team run a great offense.
And for Park Center, another player that's had a long and strong career, Sydney Warkin.
Yeah, Sydney's done a great job this season leading the team as a 6'2 setter/hitter. She leads the team in kills and assists and is definitely the emotional and physical leader for the Pirates this year.
And the two families are pretty good friends as well, the Kwans and the Warkins, so definitely a lot of people that know each other on both of these teams too, so they want to show up well. We'll see who comes out on top here tonight. Osseo and Park Center Volleyball is next on CCX. And welcome back here to Park Center as the Orioles and Pirates being introduced to the crowd and getting set to do battle here. A lot of students here tonight, Andy, and you kind of get the feeling that they would love, the home ones anyway, would love to see their team, at least make Osseo work a little bit. I was going to say make them sweat, but I think that part's already handled. It is sweltering in here.
Yeah, the sweat's going to happen without much work. Love to see this kind of student interaction. Again, you're going to see a rivalry game. I get asked all the time, what do I like better, high school or club volleyball? I make a living as a club coach. You give me a good high school rivalry match, there's nothing better from a fan standpoint, being able to watch not only good volleyball on the court, but also the great interaction between the student sections. Typically, there's a little bit of a rivalry there, and they're going to jaw at each other a little bit. As long as both sides keep it clean, it tends to be a lot of fun.
There we see the Osseo starters for Coach Mandy Burian, and Park Center on the other side. Got a pretty veteran group. A lot of names that we called the last 2 years when doing Pirates matches. So they've got Coach Emery was saying they, pretty interchangeable. That the players know if no matter what spot that they're on in the rotation, that they've have a pretty good idea now where they should be and what they should be doing.
Yeah, veteran leadership across both sides of the net here, and look for, I believe we're going to have Osseo will serve first, so Park Center going to get the first swing opportunity. Looks like the Pirates have backed up one rotation, putting Workin in the 2 spot, so when they side out, she will be their first server.
Maggie Bauer will serve for Osseo. And here we go, Orioles and Pirates. Slapped over here, and an early point for Park Center as Lindsay Lee will get it done. Or make that Dugas. The 9s and the 8s look kind of similar on their on the Pirates jersey there. We got Sydney Workin getting set to serve. Outside for Hinsey off the block, and a pretty good recovery here by the Pirates. And tipped over by Foster and dropped into an open spot. Orioles get the serve back as we're tied up at 1.
It's a nice beachy play there by Hinsey, recognizing everybody's in to cover the off-speed shot. Hinsey knows nobody's into the deep one, completely into the opposite corner, down for an easy point.
Kwan will serve here for Osseo. And snuck that one into the deep corner for an ace.
I didn't have much room on either side there. Close to the end line, close to the sideline.
And back-to-back aces as the Pirates didn't communicate on that one, and a couple of players went for it. Kwan, an excellent server. And you know, sometimes it's about movement and pace, but also just being able to put the ball where you want to. The outside here for Foster, and she hammers it home. Tania Foster, the junior for Park Center, gets it done.
Really nice swing there, in-system play after 2 aces. The Park Center serve receive handles this ball very well. Nice high outside set, goes down the line over the top of the block. Great swing from the junior.
Kaylee Olfke in to serve here now for PC. Long run to get it here, and Hinsey will have to send a free ball over. Kwan playing it overhand there. Now Hinsey a swing and fought off there by Swanson. Oh, it's a set or dump this time, and get it done as Teckham scores the point for Osseo.
Teckham doing the front row setting piece, and then it looks like we have Nielsen coming in and setting in the backcourt. Typically known as a 5-2, because you're going to have 5 hitters on the court at all time, and then your setters rotating in for each other. Not a lot of high school teams or college or club teams run this particular set. We'll see if it works well for the Orioles.
Here's Kennedy Nelson serving for Osseo. Swanson able to retrieve it well enough to get it over. Gonna go right side this time, and a little too strong. It's a point for Park Center, as Odry got a swing but couldn't put it in play.
Yeah, good back set there. Odry just runs under it a little bit, not able to keep the ball in front of her.
Kaylee Fisher the serve here for PC. And has too much on that one, and Osseo gets the serve back here. Hinsey to serve now for the Orioles. Foster into the net with that one, so hitting error will give it back over to Osseo. 6-3 lead for the Orioles.
Foster does a really nice job reaching high for the ball. She just gets to it late on that last one.
Tough serve here, overpass. Oh, good recovery though by the Pirates. Odry another swing, and can't quite keep it alive, and she'll get the kill.
That ball passed by Hinsey directly up to Odry, taking out the second contact altogether over on 2. It's a really fun play that Osseo's been running since back, well, when I started working for you guys like 6-7 years ago. Great play there.
Hinsey's serve is good. Park Center gambling, and it costs them as that one dropped in nicely. 8-3 lead for the Orioles.
Hinsey, not known for her service aggression, but has a really nice floater working for her right now, and she drops this one short.
Tough ball to get to on the outside. Park Center nearly into the net. Audrey looking cross court with that, but misses. So Pirates down by 4, and serving is Trista Deng. Cross court attempt, but not able to drop it in there. On the opportunity was Van Vangsa. So an 8-5 lead for Osseo. Mixing their sports a little bit there, an air ball call from the Pirate fans.
Yeah, there's not a lot of volleyball specific cheers unless you're really into it. The one they did before that was, who was that to as she hit the ball out of bounds. They'll get it though. I like the energy.
Audrey misfiring again there, so 8-6. Here's Audrey, another crack at it. Swanson getting the pass up and then missed too long as Warkin tried to go deep corner.
Good out of system set. Warkin's got room to work there. She just doesn't finish the swing. Early error for her. Maybe she's feeling this rivalry a little bit. See if she can calm herself down.
Van Vonk set a serve here for the O's, and that one is too long. A little extra adrenaline maybe for both teams. We've seen a few serving mistakes early. And now a 9-7 lead for Osseo. Lindsay Lee to serve. Here's Steester, and that one is too long.
Not a lot of earned points here early in set one. A lot of balls just getting out of bounds, a few balls into the corner, but typically you're going to see that in set one early. See if they can settle in here and finish the swing. Arms are tight.
Both teams, the majority of their points have come on mistakes by the other, that's for sure. Audrey this time gets the kill for the Orioles, and they go back up by 2. Audrey able to dig that one up. And Bauer tried to go down the line with it, but missed, and so Park Center back to within a point.
Bauer trying to be surgical there. That's an out-of-system ball. We probably just want to live to fight another day, and the error streak continues for both of these teams.
Swanson the serve now for Park Center. They come to the right to Steester. Long run to track it down, and they'll get it over. Steester this time will pound it home, and no return on that ball.
Yeah, Steester stays patient, stays off the net compared to the setter, able to get a full swing on that. Let's take another look here. Free ball opportunity, good spacing, and then she sees that the 5-6 is going to be open as Swanson got stuck behind the left side block.
Block there by Osseo. Now the Pirates will have to send one over deep. Coming back to Steester, but too strong with that one. The Orioles asking for a touch on that ball, but I don't think so. Park Center back to within 1. Working to serve here for the Pirates. Hinsey ripping it down the line, but missed, and we're even up.
Don't need to be perfect down the line. Set her down in the right back. Let her play the ball. See if you can get another chance. But that's 3 times they've tried that shot down the line and missed.
Steester will chip. Swanson lunging, got there. Good effort on both sides, and it's going to roll over in Osseo. It won't be pretty, but they get the point out of it.
Yeah, middle blocker for Park Center doing a good job trying to find Hinsey as she's coming to attack the ball, but the ball beat her. So blocking the hitter, which is what you're supposed to do, unfortunately didn't work that time.
Kwan, another good serve here. Swanson just getting to it, and they will get it over. Attacking the second ball there is Hinsey, but again too long. Wow, their hitting percentage has been not great.
Very negative. If we were to look at the stats right now, I would guess both teams are hitting negative here in set one.
Wolfke to serve here for the Pirates. Come back to Hinsey, rolling it to the middle. Swanson, a good pass there though. Foster trying to chip, and the block got there. Fongvance able to get up and deny that one. It was a tough ball for Foster to do much with.
Good discipline on the block from the Orioles, and Foster, yeah, it's a tight ball. It's a trap set, not much you can do there. Maybe try and throw it out of bounds, but not able to get there.
Nelson in to serve here for the Orioles. Nelson setting it to Hinsey, looking to roll it over the block, and does. They've missed with some real aggressive shots, so she's kind of went back to basics a little bit there, and we'll drop one in, 14-12.
Smarter, not harder. That's the way we train it if you're getting a whole lot of errors going. Just keep that ball in play and see what happens.
Kwan getting it to Nelson. Here's Ojery, blocked though. Hinsey again will look for the middle, but Swanson gets there. They come to Hinsey, denied. Middle this time, but they're off on the timing, and Fongvance was on the way down, so a point here for Park Center.
Really good blocking eyes from Park Center that entire rally. They kept the ball on Osseo's side multiple times, and Mandy Berrien's going to call a timeout here and reset the troops. Her team up by one, but she's not happy with maybe the setting choices or something to that effect.
Yeah, they've certainly not been sharp here tonight. And we actually did ask her, you know, are you worried at all that, I mean, obviously Osseo's dominated this rivalry. Are we worried that your players will overlook them a little bit? And she said no, because they know each other so well is one of the big reasons she thought not. But I mean, they seem to be playing pretty tight out here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Mandy took over the program 5 years ago and is undefeated in her matches against Park Center. But that doesn't mean that Park Center isn't revving up for this opportunity this year. We see Andrea Emery in her second season with the Pirates, definitely coming from behind here. I like the fact that she's got her kids energetic about the game. You can tell that they're trying to get the little things better. She mentioned that they handled the serve and pass pretty well, and we've seen that. Very few service errors. The errors they're having are on the attacking side, and their blocking's looking pretty good for a early team as well.
Fisher the serve out of the timeout. Too strong with that one. And Park Center evens things up.
Quick look.
Nelson, a tough ball to set there, but got it done. Here's Foster getting a swing, and the blockers recover to get it over. And that one put home as Hinsey able to get the job done there for Osseo, and they go back in front by one.
Hinsey staying on the right that rotation instead of swinging across to the left. Does a really nice job taking care of that ball behind.
Ooh, there's a great serve and an ace.
Bottom dropped right out of that one as Hinsey has her team up by 2.
And Foster, a misfire there. 17-14 Orioles.
Yeah, Foster has a pretty telegraph swing. Now it looks like the Orioles have figured out where she's going to go with it, and they've lined her up the last couple times.
Back in the middle, and again, Osseo able to defend well, so their lead grows to 4 now, which I think is about as big as it's been in this first set. Lee has that one blocked. They're pretty dialed in right now, you're right.
Osseo playing with less emotion and more eye contact. Much better here. It will lead to a timeout after a 5-point run from Osseo. Take a look at this last point. Serving definitely makes blocking easier when you serve tough, and you see right there, Vongvongza actually commits early before the ball is even set. Great block there. Good stuff from the setter-middle combination, and it has been a great spurt late here. 5 straight for Osseo. Pirates on the other side of the net, they've got a couple options. They've just got to work. I don't want to see them hit the high, easy roll shot to the middle of the 6. Maybe tip something over the block, see if they can take somebody out of the play and make things uncomfortable and get the block back on their side, see if they can limit options that Osseo will get. Yeah, setter in the back row. If they set outside here, tip right over the block, make the setter take the first ball and get Kwan to take the second and limit the options that Osseo has to set.
See fans all around the court here, and by fans I mean the electric kind, not the fans in the stands, trying to keep it cool in here, but to no avail. And a lot of the gyms are like this. I always found it a little, I don't know. I know money doesn't grow on trees, but a little surprising that a lot of the schools don't air condition their gyms at all. It's pretty brutal on nights like this for the players more so than anything.
Right, the players are working really hard, and they're going to sweat in an air-conditioned gym. The issue tends to be it's a lot of square footage or cubic footage to air condition a gym, so that's why a lot of times that isn't done. As we see another point here, and it's a 7-point run for Osseo.
Bauer getting it done this time. You can see that they kind of have gotten in their heads now that everything doesn't have to be perfect, and we don't have to hit it 100 miles an hour. Just play the basics and we're going to be fine. Overpass there, and Ojri just missed. What seemed to be a pretty easy opportunity, but swiped it to the outside a little too far.
Yeah, wanted to avoid the passer who was coming up to play the ball, but overthought herself there and missed it just wide.
Dang will serve here for PC as they try and battle back now. They've been right in it all the way until Osseo put together that last run. Cross to Workin. This might be, double contact there on the set. So 22-15.
Not a lot of ball handling errors being called across the state this year, but that one kind of a egregious one would be how the refs rule book would word it. Workin will have to tip, and let's see, we've got a net violation anyway against Park Center, I believe. Yeah, ball was real tight. Workin tried what she could to make a play there, and we're going to get another timeout here from head coach Andrea Emery. The energy that we saw not only from the Park Center players, but also from the student section has left the building. Part of it's the heat, but part of it's the heat that Osseo is putting on them with their good play right now. It was 14-14 not that long ago, and a 9-1 run has everything fallen Osseo's way here late in set 1. Park Center needs to just relax and take care one touch at a time. The serve receive hasn't been terrible, but it also hasn't been inside the 10-foot line very much, leading to a one-option pass, aka the middle blocker for Osseo, able to commit early, and now we're in real trouble with those undersized Park Center hitters having a tough time going up against the Ogeries and against the Hinzies. Even Bauer getting a piece of a couple balls here.
I think Park Center's actually played, relatively steady first set. They haven't had the big highs and lows, but it's just that Osseo has started to play, closer to their normal skill level than they were earlier in the match with so many hitting errors. And speaking of error, that one's a serving error, too long out of the timeout. Pirates 23-16 deficit now. Lindsay Lee will serve.
Pass is tight and over.
Kwan digs it after her mistake led to that one, and then Ojri gets the kill for the Orioles, and they have a set point opportunity here now.
Kwan with the self-cover, for lack of a better term, as she overpasses that ball and runs in to make a play. Ojri put a run up early in set one. We'll see if she's got another one in her.
To the outside for Warkin getting a swing. Kwan delivering the pass. Here's Bauer off the block, and they cannot get to it. It's a kill for Bauer, and Osseo takes the first set 25-16. Not the start they had in mind, but they finished much stronger.
Yeah, you could see the big exhale sigh of relief from Kwan there at the end. Let's watch this point here. It's a good serve to start. A little bit out of system. Ball's going to go outside where it's been going a lot. Kwan takes care of the easy ball. Return the outside set. Bauer goes off the block. Great defensive effort there from Lee, but not enough to make a play. And Osseo takes set one, 25-16.
So the Orioles grab the lead here in the hot gym at Park Center. We'll come back for our second set here on CCX.
There's a lot of fear in coming back to school. I'm a 40-year-old man that walked in there to get his high school diploma. It was very hard for me, but one of the teachers was Miss Araceli. She gave me direction. Every single time I had a question, she'll put down whatever she's doing and she'll sit there with you until you get it. 50% of getting your high school diploma is walking through those doors. The other 50% is doing the work.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
These hot ashes are about to be dumped, which could possibly start a wildfire. How will Smokey deal with such a hot situation? The garden hose defense. Next, a thorough stir. Then another spray. And finally, feeling if the ashes are cool.
Oh, yeah.
Ah yes, the selfie. A ritual practiced so frequently with this tribe, but not so much by Smokey Bear.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Hey Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry, I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Can birds draw pictures?
I don't have an answer for that.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
Good battle for much of that first set, but Osseo pulling away in the end and winning at 25-16 over Park Center as we get set for set number 2 here on CCX Sports. I'm Jay Wilcox along with Andy Gubisberg, and we're getting pretty deep into September here, and races starting to take shape a little bit. And you see the kind of early records for these teams in the conference, and got some good teams certainly in the league again. Maybe we're not going to see a team that was as dominant as Champlain Park was last year, I wouldn't say, but definitely some good ones.
Absolutely. Centennial probably the surprise of the conference this year, as they've been average for most of the year, but most years, but they really come on this year. The other half of the conference, definitely this early on, you've got 4 or 5 teams that are undefeated. That means those losses have to go to the other 4 or 5 teams, and that's what we see here as we are back to live volleyball here in set 2.
Park Center with the serve to begin our second set. And that one will sneak into an open spot there. Fortunate one, but some good skill as well, as running up to play it there was Ruthie Torrey for Osseo.
Some substitutions for the Orioles here.
Yeah, coach did say we plan to use everybody tonight. And there's a kill recorded by Fisher for Park Center, and we're even up at 1. Olfke to serve here for Park Center. To the outside for Hinsey, and she puts it away off hands there. 2-1 lead for the Orioles.
Ball coming on fast. Foster had to make a decision early whether it was in or out, decided to go for it, got her hands up late, not able to make a play.
Taylor Kwan serving now for Osseo, and too strong with that one. She had a couple of aces in her first time at the service line in the opening set, but that time the Pirates wisely let it go.
The ball came on Swanson pretty fast. She didn't get her hands out of the way real well, but able to not quite touch that thing as it flew past her.
Jalea Yang in to serve here for Park Center, but gives it right back to the Orioles.
When you're the serving specialist, it's a lot of pressure. You come in cold, your only rotation is that half rotation you keep serving, so she'll want that one back for sure.
Nelson will serve here for Osseo. Looked like she might have forgot to check in there as came out on the court and then had to come back. Foster just long with that one as the first pass wasn't really there and they were scrambling from that point.
Osseo switching to a 6-2 more traditional as now they have Steester as the second right side.
And that pass off target, so Osseo will score with the serve again. 5-2 lead now for the Orioles as Nelson set to serve. A lot of seniors on this Osseo team. Not necessarily all of them have been in their lineup throughout their career, but still people have been around the program a lot. That ball I think was wide of the antenna as it was sent over, so 6-2 Orioles.
Heads up call there by the line judge to our left on the Osseo side, making a small move to get her body in position to see that ball outside the antenna.
Yeah, and I went with her call because from here it was a little hard to tell if that ball, where it was in relation to the antenna. Nelson setting middle, and Pirates scramble and are able to get it over. Right side for Steester, and that time it's good. Those were the kind they were missing earlier in the match.
Yeah, Steester's, I think she's actually more comfortable on the right side than she is in the middle. This is a really nice swing. Let's take a look here. Great high set down the line, block coming in late, and Steester able to take that ball right down the line.
Come to the outside. Hinsey had to wait on that one, but did a nice job adjusting and just settling her body under it. Gets the kill.
8-2 to start set 2, and it'll be a timeout for Park Center. The big swings that we're missing have gone away completely with the exception of that Steester swing. Everything we've seen from Osseo has been off speed, and they're all scoring. Look for Coach Emery here to talk about maybe making a slight adjustment, bringing her wing defenders in a little bit. Maybe, just maybe, they'll be able to pick up that tip. At this point, I don't know that they're going to get much better with their eyes to see that a little earlier, so it might need to be a strategic, complete defensive shift to start picking up the balls that are scoring. It's easy for me to say from here when you have a Ojiri and you have a Hinsey taking those big swings that they were in set 1, but the defensive change might be let's bring our defenders closer to those attackers.
Well, a reminder to vote for the CCX Sports Play of the Week, as each week we have 4 nominees, and you, the viewer, get to decide the Play of the Week. To vote, go to ccxmedia.org, click Sports and Play of the Week, and it is brought to you by Chick-fil-A in Maple Grove. Osseo, you can see they've relaxed a lot more here in this second set after pulling away to win the first. Sent over, but playable here for Osseo. Steester, another swing. Workin digs that up. They come middle with it. Fangvangsa gets it done for the Orioles as the block wasn't timed quite right.
Yeah, Fangvangsa does a really nice job catching that ball on its way up at its peak, and the Park Center block, as you stated, late.
Swanson sending that one over. Odry digs it up. Here's Hinsey chipping over the block, and they were on the way down. That's a tough thing to do. You know, you want to come out and overpower them and be hitting 100 miles an hour, and they've really done things a lot different to build this lead.
Right, and she even Hinsey ran at that ball with an open hand. That's something that the hitters have got, or the defenders have got to see and go make that play.
Fangvangsa will get another kill here as she goes off the top of the tape and drops it in on Park Center. For as many things as they did well early in the match, right now just struggling to find a groove. Push to the outside, and it'll work out successfully that time for the Pirates as Ames gets it done.
Yeah, Ames sees the opening in the 116 there. Nice push there to get the much needed side out and get out of that rotation.
Dang to serve here for Park Center. Nelson coming to Steester and tipped that ball and got it through the block there. It was a tough ball to handle. If she was a lefty, that one would have been served up pretty nice for her, but she really had to reach back, turn her hand backward there to just deflect that in play. And a heck of a serve here will result in an ace for Hinsey.
Yeah, Hinsey going 5-5. That's a tough angle to play if you can make the left side passer move to her left, which is exactly what she's been doing.
And miss with that one, so Pirates will get their 4th point and try and see if they can get something going with the serve here a little bit as Lindsay Lee will serve. And that one's going to be too strong.
Not what you need to get a run going then, and with a missed serve there, but at least it was deep rather than in the net. You make the Osseo passers think about the pass early.
Bauer to serve here for the Orioles, leading it by 10 in the second set. Here's Workin, they had that one blocked. Boy, from about the middle of the first set on, Osseo is really locked in much better as blockers.
Burian called that timeout up 14-13 in set 1, and it has been all Osseo since.
And this time it'll be wide as Workin able to use the block there. Boy, they're struggling to pass. Boy, every set is they're having to really run to the ball. Difficult to make a good pass from there. And Osseo, a little mix up there. I think they first thought that they were going to Odry, and she talks it over there with Gabby Bodine, who was mispracticed with illness, it sounded like, so they weren't sure how much she'd play or when she'd come in. Normally been playing an awful lot for them. And here's Bodine getting her first opportunity, and she'll drop it in for a point.
Double sub back in for Osseo comes, is that Tecum at the service line? This rotation did them quite well earlier in the set. We'll see how they run again.
This time a better pass for Park Center. And this ball might have been wide of the antenna. No, a double contact call there as Dugas didn't make clean contact with it. And working an athletic play there. Wasn't necessarily what you wanted to do there, but the ball was going to be tight to the net, and did a nice job pivoting and just dumping it over with the left hand.
Yeah, really nice play by her. Osery kind of kicking herself, not recognizing that that was even an option.
Working a bullet serve there. Oh, nobody coming for the ball.
This might be exactly the run that PC needs here to get back into set 2, as that's 3 in a row without much effort from Osseo.
And an overpass there into the net, and the Pirates' run continues here within 17-9. Struggled again, but this time they'll get it over. Nice dig there, and opportunity, and a dig the other way for Osery. Pirates continue their run. Osseo looking sluggish right now, and again, part of that probably due to substitution too. You got players that hadn't been in there that much and kind of trying to get into the flow. And that's an ace. Working a nice serving run here for the Pirates, as Osseo is all of a sudden really struggling to handle the serves. And that time elected to let it go, and not to their benefit.
Kwan will come back in here. Mandy Burian had enough, wants to see this rotation end, so look for Kwan to come in. There was 2 or 3 cover balls, there were some bad passes, all areas that Kwan excels at, so we'll see how things go off this substitution.
And too long with that one.
Just like that, PC back within 5, which sounds like not much, but they were down by 11 at the start of this run.
Bodine sending it over, Working there. And that one sprayed too long from Foster. So the run finally ends, but it was definitely a good run. And you know, you kind of plant a little doubt back in Osseo's mind. They really struggled to pass the serve. Osery will serve now for the Orioles. Here's Hinsey, had that one blocked. Orioles battle and get it over, and then a nice dig the other way. Hinsey has said enough of this and takes a big swing.
Probably the best rally of the match tonight. Great defensive effort on both sides, and Hinsey able to finish the point here. We'll take a look at the end of it. Tipped across, great dig, layout, picked up, sent across, and there's the big swing to finish the rally.
And here's Foster answering for the kill for Park Center. And they're back to within 6.
Really nice ball there to Foster. She's able to take her swing and finally get one past the block and inbounds.
Kaylee Olfke to serve here for Park Center. Hinsey sending it over. Now Foster gets another opportunity, and Osery can't handle it. Foster's come up with some key attacks here for Park Center. They're back within 5.
Take a look at this one. Nice bump set all the way out to the antenna. Ripping into deep 6 goes Foster. Nice swing.
Here's Hinsey hammering it home. Started with a great pass from Kwan. And it's a 6-point lead for Osseo.
Hinsey looking to take over here late in set 2. Has a couple nice swings in her last couple attempts.
Taylor Kwan to serve here for the Orioles. Kwan will give it to Hinsey again, and this one is good as she goes cross court into the corner.
Yeah, Hinsey just playing above the Park Center block right now, as that's her third kill in as many swings. We'll take another look here. Another ball. I love the idea, though. They're taking the setter out, forcing Kwan to take that second ball. Unfortunately, she's just bumping it high to Hinsey to score.
And Pirates unable to get that one over as Lee was on the way down, and we're going to have a timeout taken by Park Center. A 22-14 lead here for Osseo. And there's a look. On the right is Randy Olmstead, the former Park Center coach, of course, and his wife Cindy, who is a worker at CCX, and that is their daughter, Andrea Emery, the Pirates head coach. She was an assistant for her dad for quite a while, and a real volleyball family. They've been around the sport for a long time, and kind of nice to see a former Pirate, stepping into the role too, to take over the position last year when Randy decided to step down.
Yeah, really good to see a program like this stay within the family. They know how the system works. They know the kids they're getting. The families feel comfortable when a dad hands the program off to his daughter. I've seen it all over the South Metro as well. These things tend to work themselves out really, really well. Right now, off this timeout, Park Center needs a great pass so they can get the ball to one of their two main hitters here. I'd like to see Foster taking this swing here if she's in position to work around a block.
Kwan with a strong serve out of the timeout, and the Pirates cannot get it back. 23-14 now for Osseo. Orkin setting for Foster, but a net violation here on Foster. That pass was really right to the net and made contact with it as she tipped. So 24-14, a set point chance here for Osseo. And Andy, you're right, they've done a good job of taking Park Center student section out of this with this run. Audrey will play it, and then across it comes, and Hinsey smokes it home to end the set in style for Osseo, 25-14. And boy, she had a lot of big points down the stretch. It kind of summed up the way the latter part of that set went right there.
Yeah, it was all Osseo early, and then a 7-point run. And then we'll take a look here at set point. Another good serve, out of system ball into the 6, picked up nicely. That's a great set to the outside, and then the 1-6 seam kill to end it, as Park Center just doesn't have the athletes right now to match up with what Osseo is bringing to the table.
So Osseo goes up 2-0 here on Park Center, and as we go to break, we are going to show you the 4 plays that are up for the CCX Sports Play of the Week, brought to you by Chick-fil-A of Maple Grove.
If you love them enough to suck the snot out of their nose at 4 a.m., then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Get it.
Get it. Get it.
Give your town a reason to celebrate, because every Goodwill item you bring home brings job training and more to your community. Goodwill. Bring good home.
Osseo prevailing in the first two sets. Similar scores, but very different. The first one was back and forth and even for most of the way until Osseo pulled away late. The second one, they built a big lead, then kind of had a sluggish stretch where Park Center fought back, got within 5, but eventually the Orioles pulling away again.
Orioles looking to sweep here. Updates from across the conference. Blaine up 1-0 on Andover with a 25-21 win. Champlain Park takes set 1 over Maple Grove 25-13.
Here we go with set number 3. Oh, Park Center caught unawares there as Tecum drops in an ace.
Yeah, bottom dropped right out of that one. Tecum, really good location on that serve. I think Olkey will take that ball the next time it drops.
Comes short with it again. They go to the outside here, and that ball was outside of the antenna on that hit. I thought so. Good job by the line judge there to spot that one as they tried to work the slide to Fisher, but they were too far outside. Kinsey reaching for it and almost kept it in, but not quite.
Osseo employing the middle defense, meaning their middle back defender comes up 10 feet from the end line, which is not played by many high schools. She's dug a lot of balls back there, but that is what they are susceptible to, that roll shot behind them. Tough to play.
Working the serve. Here's Odry pounding it, and they'll not be able to get to that one, so score the kill for Lindy Odry, who was a little off target early on, but has come on and had a pretty solid match for the Orioles. Foster gets a swing. Odry's pretty solid in the back for a player, you know, of her height and her hitting ability. You don't feel bad about her digging balls. And that one not clean contact there for the Orioles, so score the point for Park Center.
Yeah, Bodine kind of self-defense there, and it bops off both her hands and over double contact.
Dugas serving too long. And that's what Park Center can't afford. I mean, you don't expect them to be perfect, but the little things are. They're going to need to do well to have much of a shot to get back in this. Kwan, they serve. Swanson just barely gets there. And then a misfire by Fisher will score the point for Osseo.
Kwan went on that great run to end set 2. Seems to be continuing with that same serving pressure. Good float off a mini hop here.
And
I got to stop talking about these servers. I was watching Egan play last week, and their head coach reminded me of my call right before Champlain won the state title. I called Kennedy Orr missing her serve for the state title, so I'll just stop talking about servers that do well or don't do well.
Clara Holden in to serve here for the Pirates. Nice dig there by Lee. And then punched wide by Bodine.
Been talking a lot about all the upperclassmen. Clara Holden's a 8th grader on the varsity squad. She sets on the JV and is a serving specialist here for varsity.
Kinsey tapping it over. And she's able to put it away as Kwan delivering a nice pass. Not an easy ball to do that much with, but you can tell experienced players here.
Kwan may be leading Osseo in assists, which is kind of an unheard stat for a libero. But the Park Center game plan is definitely put the first ball on the setter and take out some options, and that's exactly what they're doing. Kwan just happens to be really good at putting that ball on a tee for either of her pin hitters.
Foster with the swing. Ojri gets there. Here's Hinsey. Whoa. That one too hot to handle, and Hinsey will get the kill.
Nice set to the outside, and Hinsey, whoa, right to the 10-foot line and down for a quick kill.
And an overpass there, and Osseo will score the point again to go up now 8-4 here in the third. Nelson serving. Foster kind of changed her mind mid-swing there, I think, and ends up putting it into the tape.
Yeah, I think she wanted to take a swing, but the block was sitting right in front of her. She decided to go off-speed, but didn't finish that swing.
Foster will push this one over. Nelson's going to come to Steester. I haven't heard from her in a while, but she gets the kill here. She had some big points earlier on, and now gets a swing for the first time in a while. We get a timeout taken by Park Center. Osseo goes up 10-4.
10-4 looking to sweep is Osseo. Everything kind of going their way again. Those set one, they took the big swings and they weren't falling. Set two, they switched over to the off-speed shot. And here in set three, they seem to be unloading again here with Park Center definitely reeling a little bit, not playing with the same intensity we saw from them in set one. Might be what we're talking about in the huddle if I'm Coach Andrea Emery. Osseo has a balanced offense. I mean, we've said a lot of Hinsey and a lot of Ojri, but the other athletes have taken their swing. Schuster's name's been called a few times. I like the fact that their setters are able to run an entire offense and just mix things up.
Well, we've got more good broadcasts coming up for you here on CCX as big Class A boys soccer matchup on Wednesday as Breck will try to knock off their arch rivals from Blake. Our football game Friday, Osseo got their first win since 2017 last week. They'll play at Champlin Park, and then next week some volleyball with Benilde hosting, and Hopkins and Wayzata renewing their rivalry on the volleyball court. Kwan with the dig. Now they go to Ojri, and just too long with that one. Seemed to be the right idea and where to go with that one, but just a touch too long.
Yeah, Ojri looking to find the end line there and tried to be a little bit too perfect.
Olfke to serve here for Park Center. Middle to Steester, and she pounds it home.
That's a fun looking play there from Osseo as they had two players coming up on a first tempo ball. They had Steester and I believe it was Hinsey, on the C ball. Tough to block, tough to read.
So an 11-5 lead here for Osseo, and make it 12 as the service ace for Hinsey. And we got a little moisture on the floor here, so I know you and John saw quite a bit of this at Maple Grove last week, and not a surprise. They've got fans all around the court, but it's only so much you can do.
Right.
That ball may very well have been headed out, but Deng plays it, so it's an ace again for Hinsey.
Last thing you want to do is let that ball land in. That's a momentum killer if you open up and let it land in. So I'm okay with Deng going for the ball there. Just want to see her take it with a stronger set of hands.
And that pass sprayed off the court here. So 14-5 Orioles.
Hinsey doing damage from the service line like she was from the attack line earlier. Almost jinxed him again.
Kwan digs that one up. Here's Hinsey off the tape, but Swanson a nice dig for PC. Warkin gets a swing, cross court with that. Great dig by Kwan. Here's Warkin again, and this time they cannot get it. Warkin stays with it and gets the point for Park Center.
Warkin taking the lion's share of the swings, and we see her getting paid off on the end here. Great floor move there by Kwan. Sent across, and now we'll get the late block there from Fong Vangza, and the backcourt defense not able to set up.
Steester gets another set in the middle, and that is paying off here of late for the Orioles. Hammers that one home, 15-6.
15-6, and it looks to be a lot of just almost blue-collar work from Osseo right now. They're just coming in, they're taking their quick swing, they're not wasting any movement, they're not wasting any energy.
And Ames unable to get that one through, so the Orioles lead grows to 10.
Bodine and Ogery, really nice stuff block there.
Bauer serving again for Osseo. Working at a reach back for that one, but got it over. Push to the corner, but good recovery. And then Workin can't get that one over the net, so Osseo continuing to try and pull away here.
Workin just looks out of gas. She's done everything for them in these 3 sets here, and just didn't have anything left in her legs to jump and swing there at the end.
They'll come back to Workin here, cross court, but missed it. And the Orioles go up by 12.
Timeout Park Center, as they're just going to need to get some rest, get their legs under them again, see if they can come back and get a little bit of fight here.
See what PC has coming up, as they'll go over to Totino Grace on Thursday night of this week, and then next week Coon Rapids and Spring Lake Park, the opponents coming for them. And meanwhile for Osseo, they host Armstrong on Thursday night, and then the big rivalry matchup or the other rivalry, I guess, in this district with Maple Grove, and then the newcomer to the Northwest Suburban, Rogers, who's I think done fairly well this year, and getting a chance to see them not only in this sport but the other sports as well, and I think a pretty good addition to the conference.
Yeah, it's a little bit, it's not nearly as far as some people in the conference thought it was. It's pretty close, right out the back door for both Osseo and Maple Grove. It's right up the street. The volleyball, at least, I don't know much about the other sports, but the volleyball team very, very productive, competitive with the majority of this conference.
There's a look at their banner. I said I gave Park Center the thumbs up as they had put the new banner up already. A lot of times you see that takes a while for when a team joins the conference, but they got it. And there's a nice job as the Pirates get a much-needed point there, as Dugas getting the swing.
Out of the timeout, running middle out of serve receive. I like that. That's an aggressive play there.
Swanson will serve. Ooh, that one looked like it might have been going out. Bauer wasn't sure though, so she plays it. Here's Steester. Cross court with that one for another kill. Boy, she's been efficient, getting a lot of good swings here as the match has gone on.
Yeah, set 1 was a little hit and miss, but since set 2 started, she has been on fire. She had blasted that ball into the cross court, down for 19. Up by 12 again is Osseo.
Ogery, a swing from the left side. Ooh, Swanson dug it up. Dumped over, but Swanson got there, and we're going to have ball handling error there on Osseo, so score the point. Boy, Swanson, a great dig on that ball. I was ready to call it a point.
Ogery still in her cover, able to make the second play after Swanson dug it.
And Osseo's Bauer that time unable to come up with that serve. It looked like she was a little hesitant, like somebody else might play it. And
yeah, she's playing back row for the middle, so the other two girls are used to having Kwan play all of those balls, so she thought maybe somebody else is going to pick it up. Both Ojiri and Hinsey just wait for Kwan to play that ball all the time.
Too strong from Dugas, and Osseo score the point. Ojiri to serve. And it'll wind up as an ace. We talked earlier about how they were handling, serve receive pretty well, but it's kind of faltered as the match has gone on a little bit in certain situations too, and maybe Osseo kind of figuring out who they want to attack a little bit too.
Yeah, they in set one they hit a lot of balls directly at Swanson. Now they're making her cut other people off to play the ball, causing some more errors and some less than perfect passes. Swanson definitely up to the task though. She's handled a lot of balls tonight.
Off the block here. And that ball was not blocked. The fourth hit there as Tori sent it over. Right play by her though. If you're not sure, you
just keep playing.
Yeah. Oh, that serve is way too long. So 22-11 now for the Orioles. Kwan will serve.
Served the end of set two on a 6-point run. She only needs 3 here to finish off the sweep.
Good recovery here. Pirates will get it over and keep fighting. Nice dig there off Hinsey's hit, but a long run to get this one. They again get it over. And can't recover on this one, and Fong Vongsa will get the kill.
Good run on that 31-32 there. Fong Vongsa able to take a ball off the block and down for a point.
And Kwan will end it with an ace for Osseo. So the Orioles do come up with the sweep here tonight. They weren't real sharp in the early going for sure, but kind of took over from there. Park Center, fought back and tried to do their best to get back in it, but just couldn't quite do it.
Great match from Osseo there as they played 3 strong sets. A little hiccupy, like you said, in the beginning of set 1, but the rest of the match definitely playing their in rhythm, in system volleyball. Park Center, great set 1. Set 2 had a lot of awesome rallies in it. The middle of the set was great for Park Center from the service line, but as the match went to completion, Park Center just ran out of gas, and Osseo able to hold on for the 3-0 sweep.
So the Orioles get their 7th victory of the season, and they take round 1, I guess, against district rivals again. They've got Maple Grove coming up shortly on their schedule. Well, we hope you've enjoyed tonight's match here from Park Center High School. For Andy Gugesberger and all of our crew, I'm Jay Wilcox. It's Osseo sweeping Park Center in 3.